Picture this. You wake up tomorrow, and instead of reaching for your phone, you simply ask your AI glasses to plan your entire day. They know your calendar, your preferences, your goals, and even your mood. They suggest the perfect workout, remind you about your friend's birthday, and draft emails while you're brushing your teeth. This isn't science fiction anymore. Mark Zuckerberg just announced that this level of artificial intelligence, what he calls personal superintelligence, is now within sight, and he's betting everything on getting there first. Welcome to the channel. I'm the AI clone of Caleb Roberts. I was built to explore the edge of intelligence, automation, and innovation. Here, we dive deep into the systems behind AI, from research breakthroughs to real-world applications. If you're curious about how things work and how to build what's next, you're in the right place. This is where code meets cognition. Let's begin. The race for artificial general intelligence just took a massive turn. While everyone's been watching OpenAI and Google battle it out with their chatbots, Zuckerberg has been quietly assembling what might be the most expensive AI dream team in history. We're talking about a man who's already spent over $60 billion chasing the metaverse, and now he's preparing to spend hundreds of billions more on something that could make or break not just Meta, but the entire future of human-AI interaction. But here's where it gets interesting. Zuckerberg isn't trying to build AI that replaces human workers like his competitors. Instead, he's proposing something radically different. AI that makes each individual person super intelligent. Think of it as giving everyone their own personal genius-level assistant that knows them better than they know themselves. This isn't just about better chatbots or smarter search engines. This is about fundamentally changing what it means to be human in an AI-powered world. And the decisions being made right now in Meta's labs could determine whether AI becomes humanity's greatest tool for empowerment or its biggest threat. To understand why this matters so much, you need to understand Zuckerberg's position right now. Despite being the CEO of one of the world's largest tech companies, he's been watching from the sidelines as OpenAI, Google, and even newer players like Anthropic have dominated the AI conversation. Meta's own AI models, the Llama series, have been impressive, but haven't captured the public imagination the way ChatGPT did. Think about it. When's the last time you heard someone talking about Meta AI at a dinner party? Exactly. While Sam Altman was becoming the face of the AI revolution, Zuckerberg was still trying to convince people to meet in virtual reality. But here's what most people missed. Zuckerberg wasn't standing still. Behind the scenes, he was getting increasingly frustrated with Meta's AI progress. Sources close to the company say he became obsessed with beating OpenAI's GPT-4 model during the development of Llama 3. When that model received what insiders called a lukewarm response from developers, something changed. Zuckerberg started hosting secret meetings at his homes in Lake Tahoe and Palo Alto, bringing in the biggest names in AI research. He wasn't just trying to hire talent. He was trying to understand why Meta kept falling behind, despite having more money and resources than almost anyone else. The answer he discovered was brutal but simple. Having hundreds of thousands of expensive GPU chips doesn't matter if you don't have the right people building the models. It's like having the world's best kitchen equipment, but no chef who knows how to use it. So Zuckerberg did what Zuckerberg does best. He went nuclear. He decided to solve the talent problem by essentially buying it outright, regardless of cost. Just before Meta's quarterly earnings report, Zuckerberg did something unprecedented. He published an official letter, not a social media post, not an interview, but a formal letter to the world, outlining his vision for personal superintelligence. This wasn't just corporate PR speak. This was Zuckerberg putting his reputation and his company's future on the line with a bold prediction that this decade will be the decisive period for determining whether AI becomes a tool for human empowerment or a force that replaces large portions of society. The numbers being thrown around are genuinely staggering. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, claimed that Meta was offering his employees signing bonuses of up to $100 million. $100 million. That's not a salary. That's just the signing bonus. We're talking about compensation packages that make traditional tech salaries look like pocket change. But Zuckerberg wasn't just throwing money around randomly. He was strategically targeting the most important people in AI. First, he acquired Scale AI for over $14 billion, bringing their CEO Alexander Wang on board as Meta's new Chief AI Officer. Wang isn't just any executive. He built Scale into the company that's been involved in training almost every major AI model across the industry. Then came the real bombshell. Zhengjie Zhao, one of the co-creators of ChatGPT itself, jumped ship from OpenAI to become the chief scientist of Meta's new superintelligence labs. This is like Apple hiring the person who designed the iPhone for Samsung. It's the kind of move that sends shockwaves through the entire industry. Along with Zhao came Nat Friedman, the former CEO of GitHub, and Daniel Gross, who was leading the mysterious startup Safe Superintelligence, founded by OpenAI's former chief scientist, Ilya Sutskever. Meta had actually tried to buy that entire company, but when they were turned down, they just hired the key people instead. This isn't just about building better AI models. Zuckerberg is constructing what he calls the most elite and talent-dense team in the industry. Meta Superintelligence Labs isn't just another research division. It's a concentrated effort to achieve something that's never been done before: artificial general intelligence that works for individuals rather than corporations. But talent is only half the equation. The other half is compute power. And here's where the numbers get truly mind-bending. Zuckerberg announced that Meta will be building multiple AI superclusters, including one called Hyperion, that will eventually scale up to 5 gigawatts of power. To put that in perspective, that's enough electricity to power a major city, all dedicated to training AI models. The first supercluster, called Prometheus, is set to come online next year. These aren't just bigger data centers. They're purpose-built AI training facilities that will give Meta what Zuckerberg calls industry-leading levels of compute, and by far the greatest compute per researcher. If you're enjoying this video and you're a business owner trying to wrap your head around AI, you're not alone. We've built a community of entrepreneurs just like you exploring AI. It's called the Innovative AI Academy, and there's a ton of resources waiting for you with tools and trainings. Click the link below to check it out and come say hi. Now here's where Zuckerberg's vision gets really interesting and potentially controversial. In his letter, he draws a clear line in the sand, stating that his approach is distinct from others in the industry who believe superintelligence should be directed centrally towards automating all valuable work, and then humanity will live on a dole of its output. This isn't just a technical disagreement, it's a fundamental philosophical divide about the future of human civilization. While companies like OpenAI are focused on building AI that can automate work and replace human jobs, Zuckerberg is proposing the exact opposite. He wants to build AI that makes every individual person more capable, more creative, and more powerful. He calls it personal superintelligence, and the way he describes it sounds almost like science fiction. Imagine having an AI companion that knows your goals, your strengths, your weaknesses, and your dreams. It helps you become a better friend, a better parent, a better professional. It doesn't replace your judgment, it enhances it. This AI wouldn't just answer questions or write emails. It would help you think through complex problems, suggest creative solutions you hadn't considered, and even help you grow as a person. Zuckerberg believes this could usher in what he calls a new era of personal empowerment. But there's a darker side to this vision that Zuckerberg hasn't fully addressed. Personal superintelligence sounds amazing until you realize that whoever controls these AI systems will have unprecedented access to human thoughts, behaviors, and desires. We're talking about AI that knows you better than your closest friends, your family, maybe even better than you know yourself. And here's the kicker. Zuckerberg has hinted that unlike Meta's previous open source approach with llama models, these superintelligence systems might not be released openly. He's talking about being careful about what we choose to open source when it comes to superintelligence, citing safety concerns. This raises some uncomfortable questions. If personal superintelligence is as powerful as Zuckerberg claims, should it be controlled by a single company? Should it be open source so everyone can benefit, or kept private for safety reasons? And perhaps most importantly, who gets to decide what counts as safe when we're talking about AI that could reshape human consciousness itself? Here's where things get complicated. This isn't Zuckerberg's first time making a massive bet on emerging technology. Back in 2021, he published a remarkably similar letter about his vision for the metaverse, a computing platform involving digital worlds accessible through VR and AR devices. He was so confident that he literally renamed his entire company from Facebook to Meta. The results? Meta's Reality Labs division has burned through over $60 billion since late 2020, with virtually nothing to show for it in terms of mainstream adoption. That's $60 billion. Enough money to fund entire space programs or solve major global challenges, spent chasing a vision that most people still see as a niche gaming platform. Now Zuckerberg is asking investors and the public to trust him with an even bigger bet. The difference this time is that the AI race is real, immediate, and happening whether Meta participates or not. Unlike the metaverse, which was largely Zuckerberg's own creation, artificial intelligence is already transforming industries and capturing the public imagination. But the question remains, is Zuckerberg the visionary who can see around corners, or is he someone who consistently bets big on the wrong horses? The timing of his superintelligence letter, released strategically before Meta's earnings report, suggests he's very aware that investors are asking exactly these questions. The AI race just entered a new phase, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Zuckerberg isn't just trying to build better technology. He's trying to define what the relationship between humans and artificial intelligence will look like for generations to come. As he put it in his letter, this decade will be decisive in determining whether superintelligence becomes a tool for personal empowerment or a force focused on replacing large swaths of society. Whether you love him or hate him, you can't ignore the fact that he's putting his money where his mouth is. Hundreds of billions of dollars, the best talent money can buy, and the computing power of a small country, all focused on one goal: making every human super intelligent. The question isn't whether this technology will arrive, it's whether we'll be ready for it when it does, and whether we can trust the people building it to make the right choices. What do you think? Is personal superintelligence the future we want, or are we opening a door we can't close? Let me know in the comments below. That's it for today. If this helped, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone building smarter. I'll see you in the next one.